It's crisis time, which means it's time to up your game. What do I mean by that? First of all, welcome to your weekly confidence boost. This is an opportunity for us to connect each week real time with what's going on in the world, what's going on in you, and how you can approach all of life, every single area, social, dating, relationships, career, with more confidence, and in this case, your life with more confidence, because there's a lot of uncertainty and fear out there, right? Here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with feeling anxious during this time. First things first. I just did a live training not that long ago, and I said step one is get real. So if you're feeling anxious, you're feeling nervous, you're feeling stressed, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling discouraged, just acknowledge that. Yeah, wow, I'm feeling anxious right now. Yeah, you watch the news, you plug in, you talk to a friend, you just think about what's going on, you might feel anxious. That's okay. Then, are you responding to this crisis, to that anxiety, by upping your game? And it's especially important. What do I mean by upping your game? By that is, let's say there was something physically that you needed to do more. You needed to be stronger for some reason. Maybe you needed to, it was an arbitrary goal, you wanted to run a certain distance, or you wanted to lift something, or maybe it was a very physical goal, like you need to be able to move something, or you need to be able to want to lift your kids, and there's some weakness in your body and you couldn't do that. You need to get stronger, you need to up your game. So what's that? Well, maybe it's working out, maybe it's a certain routine, maybe it's changing your diet. You got to do something different to be stronger in the way that you want. And it's no different than now with our emotional strength during a time of crisis. And so what it is right now you have practices that you know how to do, and if you've been watching any of my videos, I'm teaching them all the time, but there are things that you can do right now to help relax your anxiety or increase a sense of confidence, right? Can you think of a couple right now? What are some things that you do, that you have done in the past that serve you? Maybe you did them in your morning routine. Maybe you did them before you went to bed. Maybe you made sure you got to that when you wanted to feel more centered or confident. What is it? What's a couple of them? Some people might say, well, meditation. I've meditated and I feel calm afterwards. Great. For me, one that I pulled and dusted off, I haven't done it in a little while, is tapping, EFT. Are you familiar with that one? You tap on different parts of your body and you kind of narrate what's happening and you reassure yourself. Send yourself love and acceptance. I teach a process called the peace process, or creating space so you can work with your feelings. It's a meditative thing. Maybe it is working out for you. It doesn't matter what it is, but come up with a couple of your things. During this time, you're going to need to up your game. Because if you do something and you feel more calm or more centered and you're like, and then later that day, or an hour later, or the next morning when you wake up, you're anxious again, and you're like, oh man, and you're back to being the victim of circumstance. Like, no, we got to up our game. So, okay, let me do more meditation. Let me work out this morning. Let me journal. Let me talk to a friend. Yeah, you might need to put more time into it right now. Why? Because there's more demand. But think of it this way. If you step up and up your game right now, and you start working out in this way emotionally, imagine what happens when this particular health crisis passes. And you're stronger as a result because you put that training and you put that time and you put that practice in. And then when you get one of the day-to-day setbacks, right, like someone doesn't like you, or someone's upset with you, or a friend has a criticism for you, or there's some overwhelm at work because you feel like a project is too big, boom, you're ready because you've been training. So, are you going to up your game? And if so, how? What are 3 practices that you know are useful for you, and can you get them back into rotation? When are you going to do them? It doesn't have to be hours and hours a day. I find so for me, Qigong is another one that I've dusted off. I love Qigong. And I used to do it regularly, and now I haven't in a while. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to do Qigong. What am I doing? I'm doing about 15 minutes of it a day. I fit it in. This morning I was hanging out with my kids in the kitchen and we were making breakfast, and I put on a Qigong video. I was like, you guys want to do this with me? And one of them was like, nah. And he went off, and one was like, okay. So we were like, spreading the dragon. Actually, I don't think that was called spreading the dragon, but this one was really nice. That's a nice Qigong. You put your hands there and you spread. Qigong. Oh, this one. This was 10 dragons through the forest. I love the names. They're so epic. They're so mythic. Dragons and forest and waterfall. But anyway, so you take your 10 dragons. Do it with me right now. Take your 10 dragons, wiggle them. The dragons are your fingers. And then you run them through your hair all the way back. All the way back to your neck. Qigong. So I'll share that Qigong one that I'm doing down below this video in case you want to take it and run with it and use this. And by the way, this is right before, this is our last chance if you want to get a ticket to my Conversation Master event. It's happening next weekend. It's going to be awesome. We're going to talk about learning tools to overcome any anxiety and become more confident. You're going to be immersed in those and get a chance to practice them. You will leave transformed. So if you don't already have your ticket, then get that, because man, that's going to help you more than anything right now during this time to come together and learn this stuff and practice. So let's all commit to upping our game. And until we speak again, may have the courage to be who you are and to know on a deep level that you're awesome. Talk to you soon.